How many Saja Boys survived after the movie's ending? Do other demons also feed from souls, or do all souls go to Guima? How many powers do demons have? I'll explain these questions today, so grab a snack and tag along. Hey beautiful people, I'm Julie, and let's begin with number 1, water demons. They are those demons who appear in the bathhouse and are called like that by Rumi herself. They are skinny, have membranes, and have pointy teeth. Don't wear clothes and all have black, wet hair. I think there are only male demons of this kind because I saw none that looked like female. And they are all similar to each other. They always appeared from puddles, sinks, placed with water or humidity. So I can only understand why they don't appear out of nowhere and that their limit powers a lot. That's why I think they are a minority among the types of demons the movie showed us. Another thing we know is that water demons usually appear behind people and suck their souls in a stealth way. You know, they only attack head-on in the bathhouse, but they are pretty weak compared to the Huntrix. Number 2, Dokebi. They are more general demons and might be the majority of the underworld. I'm calling them that because their appearance really resembles a Dokebi, demon from the Korean culture. I commented about them in another video, but according to the mythology, these guys are naughty creatures linked to nature like goblins, who like to pull pranks and turn into humans to fool people. They have a grotesque appearance with big teeth and colored skin, just like the movie portrays them. But in the film, they are focused on stealing souls, not pulling pranks or teaching kids a moral lesson. Their domain is Earth itself, appearing from the ground or from walls, and they attack to devour people, not only to suck their souls. They have male and female versions and can turn into humans, as we saw in the plane scene. And did you notice that these two demons have unicorn horns? Live alike if you haven't noticed that. At the beginning of the movie, when the story of the first hunters is being told, we see some Dokebi emerging from the ground and running after people, showing that in the beginning humans saw demons and knew they existed. Well, nowadays they think they are just legends. And a really cool detail that not everyone noticed is that when the Dokebi appear, there's always another group of demons with them. Number 3, Jaehyun Saja. Unlike many people think, no, the Saja Boys are not the only demons from this kind. In Korean culture, Jaehyun are known as the Reapers, being that guide souls of the dead to Yomna, the Underworld King, so they can be judged by him and receive their final destiny. So they just guide souls. The film portrayed them accurately, with the hanbok and the black hats. The only difference there is the Reaper's role. Something the movie shows about them is, first, they are female and male demons with that skin, and we can see them in this scene right there that has a woman in the right side of the two men behind her, and also in many other scenes. Second, they are able to teleport, leaving a pink smoke behind when they do so. Third, they also can turn into humans just like Dokebi, as the Saja Boys themselves do that. Fourth, they seem to be in a higher level on the demon hierarchy, because in some scenes they appear to order other demons around. Black in the opening scene where the Reaper appears behind the Dokebis. He just observes while the others attack. And Jinu also orders water demons in the bathhouse scene. Fifth, the most of the Jaehyun don't attack aggressively like the Dokebi, which run after people, but instead use spells, music, or other art forms. Or they just appear behind people and suck their souls. Of course, there are some exceptions like the Saja Boys attacking the Huntrix at the end of the movie, but what I mean is that there are a lot of power and manage to charm crowds of people just using magic, dance, or whatever art form. Like, I saw no one commenting about this scene where the boys make the whole street colorful and people just look at the bright changing colors. It's a power that makes people charmed by the prettiest things. In my opinion, the main role of the Reapers is to weaken people with enchantments, so other demons can harvest their souls. Because because we only have 3 scenes of them draining souls, and they are pretty quick. So for me, prior to the honeymoon, they were able to do that. But since its creations, the Water Demons and the Dokebi took this role, and they are lower on the hierarchy. Does that make sense? Comment down below. And now let's get into the topic that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. The Saja Boys didn't die, at least most of them. As I said before, every time they teleport, they create a pink smoke where they used to be. And when a demon is killed, they became shattered and burnt paper and like some square pieces of colored paper. So with that in mind, let's rewatch the final fight, okay? Mystery ran head on Zoey to attack her and she tried to punch him, but he dodged it and then she saw his face. But when she uses her Shinko to attack him, Mystery dodges by a smidge and disappears in a pink smoke, which means he doesn't burn. And dude, baby doesn't even show up after. He appears right there with his jaw dropped right beside Mystery. But when the camera changes its angle and shows Mystery going towards Zoey, baby isn't even there anymore. Dude ran away. When Mira pushes Abby and Romance goes for her, she hits him, but he isn't destroyed. We just didn't see where he went. So he probably just dipped and headed to the underworld. After that, Abby shows his abs to Mira in an attempt to distract her with his muscles. But that doesn't work, since she cuts his whole abdomen. And here, Abby is shown destroyed, burned, and disappearing. And he even has a desperate look on his face. Now, Jinu really sacrificed himself. We see him burning and being destroyed. So, Mystery, Baby, and Romance did not die. And that might be a great plot for the sequel, where they try to come back and avenge their friends who died in something like that. Comment your theories down below. Now, the next group and the scariest one in my opinion for Faceless Demons. No one really cared about them, but guys, they capture all the people inside the train. They are creepy, and surely they're the most powerful than Water Demons and the Dokebi. But that's only because they attack in groups, as they are weak in their own, disappearing just after one punch. According to some legends, this type of demons is called Legion, which is when a bunch of demons join together to add their strengths. They appear like a wave and are perfect to kidnap large crowds, as we see in the metro scene. They are skinny, don't wear any clothes, and appear to have a gender. Their appearance remember me of the heteros from Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. There, these creatures are also feed from souls and have this skinny faceless look, but they have a huge mouth. They appear in the underworld with the other races and appear to act normally, even though they have no mouth or eyes. And the last demon race I'll talk about here are the half-breeds. The only demons who have female and male versions are the Dokebi and the Daishuan, who also are the only ones capable of becoming humans, being the Reapers the ones that look most familiar with real people. So half-breeds can only have children with these two types. The movie only shows Rumi, so let's use her as our standard of half-breeds. They have patterns in their bodies which can grow with time depending on the person's behavior. Jinu himself said that Rumi is ashamed of her patterns, and she says that the more she tries to hide them, the more they grew. Besides that, half-breeds can create claws like that happened to Rumi when she's with Celine, and she also develops the power to teleport and influence the honeymoon. That if you have a good lineage. If you're the descendant of a Jeshuang, for example. Don't forget to like this video if this makes sense, okay? So let's wrap this video up with a question. Guema is inspired in Yoma, the king of the underworld, but Yomna isn't exactly evil. He's a fair and strict ruler that takes care of the life after death, deciding where the soul should head, reincarnation, heaven, or punishment. And Guema from the movie does an exact opposite of that, keeping everything chaotic and bringing unbalance to souls in order to control everything through fear. The powers we saw him use are summoning demons, burning and destroying them, besides being able to speak into the minds of the fragile and broken or ill-intended people. and demons under his control also. He also gathers all demons in the final scene to attack Rumi with more strength, casting some sort of fire against her, which Jinu blocks, sacrificing himself in the process. We still don't know if he has a physical body, but we do know that he feeds from the souls that other demons capture, which means every scene we see a demon eating a soul, that's actually a way to transport these souls to the underworld, where they all go to Guima, who grows more he feeds from them. Hasta la vista!